Now that it's official and PPP2 has been signed into law, we're going to be talking about the qualifying test that you need to go through if you're trying to get a second round of PPP money. This is dedicated to the self-employed, the solopreneurs, the gig workers, the freelancers. If you follow Schedule C, these are the steps that you're going to have to take in order to qualify for a second round of PPP money. So let's just jump into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Jonathan Moore. I have a visual media company and I'm a creative entrepreneur. And I like to make videos like these for other creatives who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live. So if that sounds like something that you're into, feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel and even consider subscribing. So this video is basically going to focus on what you need to qualify for a second round of PPP funds. Now that it's official and it's signed into law, there's going to be updates coming along the way from the SBA, but from what we can gather so far, these are the steps that you're going to need to take if you wish to get a second round of funds. So basically, like I said, this is dedicated to the Schedule C filer. So self-employed, the solopreneur, the freelancers, the gig economy workers. If you're following a Schedule C or a Schedule F, then these are the steps that you're going to have to take. Basically, the steps to get money in PPP2 are going to be the same steps that you had to take in the first round of PPP funds. In the first round, you had to determine the amount that you will qualify for by taking your line 31, dividing that by 12, and then multiplying that by 2.5. The line 31 I'm talking about is the line 31 from your Schedule C. From what I understand so far, you'll be able to do this from either your 2019 Schedule C or your 2020 Schedule C. Being that I'm recording this video at the end of December of 2020, you won't know your 2020 Schedule C until, we get into the new year after we close this year out. But the same rules apply as last time, where you don't have to have your numbers exact. You just have to have an estimate of what you think your 2020 Schedule C is going to look like. So if you remember how the last round of PPP went, those funds went fast. So if you do plan on trying to get in the second round, you want to make sure that you have your numbers on point, put together, and ready to roll. Essentially, there's a test that you're going to have to pass that shows that you took at least a 25% reduction in income. Now, this 25% reduction in income is basically the gross income that you've made, and this applies only to business income. Also, from what I'm understanding right now, is you're going to be able to compare it quarter by quarter. Let me throw up this graphic so I can give you guys a better example. So on this graphic, I'm going to be putting up 4 quarters. Basically, you have to show that you had at least a 25% reduction in gross income. So you can see that in quarter 1, I have the amounts that you would have made back in 2019. And then you see in the next column, I have what the threshold would be for 2020. So for the first example I have is, let's just say that you made $10,000 in quarter 1 of 2019. If you had at least a 25% reduction in quarter 1 of 2020, that brings you to $7,500. Which means that if you ended up making more than $7,500, then essentially you wouldn't qualify based off of that quarter. Now in the next example I have, it's $8,000 that you made in quarter 2 of 2019. The 25% threshold on that would be $6,000. So if you only made $4,000, then based off of that quarter, you would qualify. So as you can see on this graphic, based off of quarters 2 and 3, you would qualify for the program, but not based off of quarters 1 and 4. But from what I'm understanding, you get to choose what quarter that you want to select to show in order to qualify for the second round of funds. So that's how you end up qualifying. So now remember, in round 1, you went off of your 2019 Schedule C. And for round 2, you'll be able to do the same, or you'll be able to go off your 2020 Schedule C. And the good thing is that you'll have the option to choose which year you want to go, because depending on what the numbers are and how it breaks down with the formula, one is going to be more than the other, and you have the option to go with the one that's more advantageous to you, which is good news. But in order to even qualify, you have to make sure that you hit these numbers of being reduced in business at least 25% of your gross income. Now, keep in mind, all of this goes off of business income. So let's just say, for example, you got unemployment. Unemployment is income, that's taxable income, but that doesn't count for this because it's talking about business income, which is income directly from the activities of your business. Also, if you got money in the first round of PPP, or if you got an EIDG or EIDL or any other types of grants or loans, those won't count as well because essentially those are grants and loans and they don't count or they don't qualify as business income. So you want to make sure that before you do this, you have all of your numbers in order. You want to make sure that you consult with a professional because I'm not a professional. I'm just giving it to you how I'm understanding the program as it's developing. And I'm sure in the days to come, the SBA will have updates on what you need to do and how you need to go about qualifying and forgiveness and all those other things as well. And as those updates come out, I will keep you posted. So hopefully this video was helpful and useful. And if so, give me a like, drop me a comment, let me know what's going on with you and your business right now. And for all my people out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live, this is your man, Jonathan Moore, and I'm signing out. Peace.